last year's lineup, I think there was literally 2 women on the lineup. I was actually seeing like some guys like reach over one of the girls playing on the decks and like start fiddling with things, and I was like, what are you doing?
Ask if he could play a track during the set. It's like, oh.
You wouldn't do that if like, a man was playing, and like you just wouldn't do that really.
Saffron Records is an all-female record label and music education platform, and I started it in September 2015 through the Prince's Trust Enterprise Scheme. So the meaning behind the name saffron is, it's basically when you use saffron in cooking, you use a very little amount and it goes really far. So it's about being able to give women that, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of, skills, and then seeing how far that can spread and how that becomes a movement. The reason I started Saffron Records was before I started it, I ran a label as part of a charity in Bristol called Creative Youth Network. The label was called Temple Records. We had about 50-50 male-female ratio within the group, and we went on a field trip to Real World Studios, and there was I think maybe 2 women that were working there out of about I think it was like 17 guys. And I remember speaking to the girls in the group and saying, okay, so how do you feel going into an industry that's very male dominated? And they were really, really positive and said, we'll get more recognition for what we're doing. And I think for me my heart sank a bit, because I knew they wasn't necessarily going to be that way, and they were going to have to work 10 times harder to get the recognition that they needed in the music industry. She'd sent through her music, and it was actually quite a funny story, because she pretended that it was from her manager Henry, and actually it was just her, and I was like, wow, Henry's a real arse, like this guy, like she needs to get rid of him. But she had managed to portray Henry as this really kind of cutthroat manager that was working for her when it was just her.
What you say? One sec, my socks are too high. Don't mind me. I'm Mercy's Cartel. I'm a Bristol-based singer-songwriter and producer from Essex. Currently, I'm working on my next EP, which is called Die, like D-Y-E, and it stands for Doubt Your Existence. And obviously, like, doubting your existence, I think it's just because, like, even like as a woman, I don't know. I'm not trying to make it about being a woman, but like just doubting yourself a lot and not having like a lot of self-confidence. And I think it's hard like when you've got like good chat and like people think like you can just get on with people like very well, but then I think it's like an inward thing.
So me and Mercy, we grew up in the same town, Southend. I feel like there's so much work that needs to be done. And I feel like the work actually it needs to be carried out by us, those who are in a position of power. When I say that, us men, I feel like we're the ones who need to break down these walls and barriers within ourselves as well, stop projecting onto women and make their lives far more easier. And it shouldn't just be a safe space for them, it should be a safe space for everyone, but we have a big part in playing within that.
I can't remember where I paused. Can you go again? Like, I guess I have like 2 examples of like when I really felt like if I wasn't a woman, things would have gone like differently for me, or people would have treated me differently. I have like an example. I had like this mixing engineer who was like working with me at the time, and the way he used to like speak down on me was like soul destroying. And what was funny is that like a few months after, like people like hear my producer stuff, and I speak to them about mixing, and all the little problems that they like have with the project or things that I said in the studio. And obviously my ears can hear it, but he like literally turned around and like look at me like I knew like nothing, and I just let him do it.
Ladies and ladies, so we're just kind of playing some tunes, all female, all ladies, all women, that we've rated this year, and we hope you enjoy, so stay locked in. So we're Concrete Jungyals. Woo! We started last year, September 2017, initially just because we're fighting with some guys over the aux cable.
Yeah, what really inspired us is more so just giving people a platform to like share their music and just like support local artists and just
support each other.
Yeah, support each other and like empowerment. It's all about empowerment, empowering each other. We have to lift each other. We have to work together to succeed instead of bringing each other down and just like fighting each other or being pinned against each other. And just
it's all about synergy.
Yeah.
I really hope that the future of women in music is a lot brighter in terms of how each woman like actually feels within themselves. I feel like a lot of people, this is like regardless of gender, you can get things just with a little bit of confidence and like a higher self-esteem.
I also hope for women in music that the stigma behind female DJs can't play or that the inferior DJs will be abolished forever.
I think for me, I really hope that the future of women in the music industry, I really hope that they are able to get the recognition that is needed, the equal pay that comes along with that, and also that they feel like they have a place and that there aren't any barriers or boundaries in terms of where they can go.
I would hope that women can, one, start being more comfortable in their own skin, being able to like stand up for themselves, and not in a confrontational way, but if someone like you have an opinion and you know in your head that is right, and someone looks at you and is like, your opinion's wrong, you just be like, you can jog on.